Good morning, everybody. Unique Lady Charlotte. And I sound a little froggy, but that's okay. We don't care about that. It is rainy up here, and it's not like I've seen the rain. But I am getting ready to go home. The time now is about 10 minutes to 1 Eastern Standard Time. They've got my work notes. I'm going to be on quarantine for another 14 days. And then I have to schedule a virtual meeting with my primary care physician to see about any additional time I may need. I'm so glad to be going home. I really am. I can sit up. I gotta move slow though. You see, I got on my gown and my house coat because that's all I could get on at the time when I was sick. Okay, I ain't gonna get up right now because that made me lightheaded. So I'm gonna just turn right here. Whew. But now they're trying to find a way for me to be able to pay for my medicine. Because I know I can't afford this medicine because I'm still trying to meet my deductible. But I don't care about that. I don't care nothing about that. I'm just ready to go home. Ready to go home. I had big plans. I just talked to Heidi Scott and we had big plans. Well, I had big plans. He was just listening. He's a man of few words. But by the time I finished talking about what I wanted to do, I was too done. So I probably won't get those things today. Mama's supposed to make me some soup when she come over. When Hottie's got to go back to work, she's gonna make me some chicken broth. Well, I got the big box of, that big box of container of chicken broth, and she's gonna cut me up some leeks in it. Wash them, cut me up some leeks in it. I like the way leeks taste, and gonna split me a jalapeno pepper, and steep that in that soup. Dang, just even that just makes my whole world do like this. Just that little piece right there. They say that would be from the meningitis. It would take me a while to get my bearings back as far as direction, thinking process, things like that. And it feels really weird because I'm normally pretty sharp, but I feel like I'm in the matrix, like I'm leaving myself way back there. I'm like, come on, self, get up here. You get up here, self. But myself like, man, go sit down somewhere. I'm going to catch up with you. At least I'm getting out of here before my birthday. It's the 27th. Whew, I thank God I'm not going to be here before my birthday. I'm going to have to go home and get some rest. They told me I won't get to hear this machine anymore. Machine, you gave me life-sustaining power outside of God. God gave me power first. God gave me that healing power. But God gave nurses and doctors knowledge on what to do. Your angels here on earth. Your essential workers. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say your essential workers. Because without them, nothing would happen. Without your essential workers, nothing would happen. Some of them same people you look over every day and step around or sneer your nose up, them be the ones you be on your knees to begging for help. Because they come to work despite and regardless to make sure the world keep going. And I want to say thank you to my essential workers, EMTs, hospital staff, doctors, restaurant workers, firemen, custodians, because Scotty is a custodian. And just imagine how nasty a building would be or unsanitized a building would be if he didn't clean, if he didn't go to work. So I thank God for all my essential workers. Like I said, restaurant workers, just anybody you see on the street that's still out there on the grind. Not just because they have to feed family. Yeah, they out there because they got to feed their family too, and bills keep running. But I just want to thank them for holding back on their fear to make sure the world keep going. Okay, so now with that, see, the first thing I'm gonna do when I get I ain't got no clothes on. See that? That's all I had time to put on was my long gown and my long house coat, because my head was about to rupture, and I knew I didn't feel right, and I just had enough strength to put on. I couldn't put on my shoes. I just got to put on my shoes for me. I couldn't even been able to put on my shoes. Other than that, I'm gonna go home and get some rest. So much needed rest, because you do not rest in the hospital. Thank you guys for all the advice about about things to ask of my doctors. I did ask them the microcardiogram. I had a box the whole time that was stuffed in a pocket over here that had a bunch of electrodes to it, and they were monitoring my heart, and that's how they knew my heart rate had got up to 155 because I went to the bathroom. Um, Thank you for telling me about the different um, labs. I'm sorry, X-rays. I showed them the back of my legs. I don't think I even have those anymore. No, well, it's a little bruised, but I don't have those anymore. And that prompted them to do me some type of scan on my leg, X-ray or EKG or something on my leg. So I didn't have any blood clots. So thank you for that advice. Um, I tried to follow everything that you guys were telling me. Uh, you were quite knowledgeable. You're very knowledgeable, and I'm so glad to have you on my team. Team Uniquely Lady Charlotte. Um, so they took really good care of me. I can say this. I can't speak for nobody else, but I can say this for this visit. I did not know, from the housekeeper to the, what they call her, the managing RN. It's up here, the nurse manager, and the one that says she's everybody's nurse. They all treated me the same with just the mask on, just showing. A lot of time I couldn't tell you who was who because even though the housekeeper was in here, that's the lady that prayed for me. She gave me her phone number today. She said she wants to keep up with my progress. The lady that prayed for me with the she radiates heat off her body. Um, she she said she wants to stay in touch, and I appreciate that because she said she wants me to let her know when I reach a full recovery. And she treated me so well. She did so many things for me that I thought she was a nurse. And then the nurses I thought were maybe housekeeping or doing something else. They were the nurses. I mean, everybody just worked together here. And then I found that they were short-staffed. That most hospitals are short-staffed, and they're operating like they're not. They're operating like they're not. God must have sent an angel through here because I found out that, remember I tell you a lot of them people that are on ventilators and stuff? Kind of find out a lot of them got to go home. Um, they got to go home yesterday because they didn't have COVID. Praise God for that. Some of them did. A lot of them do. There's 20 people on this floor, but several of them got to go home. A large amount of them got to go home to another floor. Let me say not home, to another floor where they can have visitors because they tested negative for COVID. Now, do I trust the test all the time? No, but I don't know what their process was for being tested. But they were tested negative and they got to move to a different floor because they may have been having other health emergencies. So they're still in the hospital. They're just not on the COVID floor. And it's good to be off the COVID floor. Okay? So I got my things over there packed. Look at my things. I'm ready to go. My things is ready. Hottest got on the way to get me. She's going to get my paperwork. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'll be so glad to get to my house. Just so glad. I get to drink all the ice water I want.